Hi guys, my name is Adnan Hasbi and I'd like to welcome you in the Funny Finance Guy. In today's small little live session, I'm going to talk a little bit about starting something new and how it is very difficult and we may make mistakes along the way. So as many of you guys know, I have two weaknesses which I may have spoken in the last few episodes. My first weakness is that I tend to be a perfectionist. And every time before I want to record anything, I want to make sure that I say something at the right time, I tell a joke at the right time, or I actually make sure I use the right words at the right time. So I'm a bit of a perfectionist. That's my first weakness. The second weakness I have is that I tend to want to plan everything. I want to plan everything to the T. And I have this thing where every time when I go live, I have this fear in my head. This fear that my clothes may just fall off or my glasses may just fall off. I tend to think things at the worst case scenario. I guess that's being an investor. I want to always make sure I always cover my downside risk. But having said that, before recording any episodes, I have this thing where I have this very high, I guess, threshold that I need to actually make sure that I practice many times, and I have to make sure that I say the right things at the right time. And to tell you guys the truth, before every time I record, I practice my sessions about 3 or 4 times before hitting the record button, making sure that I have everything polished. So the downside of that is that when you are a YouTuber and your main product is actually to create YouTube episodes, and if you have such a high standards, what may happen is that I am hampering my progress, or you are hampering our progress. So what I want to say over here is that when we start anything, right, we have to make sure that we always have to tell ourselves it cannot be perfect. And we have to celebrate our small little steps every time when we move forward. So in this instance, if you want to start investing, right, don't think about making this. So maybe today you want to open a trading account. Tomorrow, what you can do is you can start playing with that particular account. The third day, maybe just look at stocks and see how they move. Maybe the fourth day, maybe have a fake portfolio or mock portfolio where you can actually practice how well you do in a particular market. And when you gain success, you will gain more bravery, or you have more confidence in moving forward. So like me, even as a YouTube channel, I think if you guys actually saw this particular YouTube channel, I started this YouTube channel before the whole lockdown, about March of this year. I only had 30 subscribers. Back then, I didn't know what I was going to talk about. I was always practicing and my content was very slow at best. But having said that, I had someone tell me advice. Don't start perfect. Just celebrate the small wins. Celebrate the small incremental steps that we take. That way, we always move forward. And the advice this person would told me is that we cannot start great, but we have to start to be great. Okay? So taking my experience of starting something new and sharing it with you guys, I want to say that when you guys start investing, granted, there's going to be mistakes. There's going to be, I guess, the stocks that you buy may have a roller coaster ride, up and down, up and down, up and down. But trust me, when you continue learning and continue striving, you will only get better. So like all of my recordings, you guys can see, I tend to struggle. In fact, last week, when I look at some of my episodes, the last 2 weeks ago when I started recording live without using a script, I realized that in some of my episodes, I tend to repeat myself about 4 or 5 times. And I was just so distraught. I hated that I made so many mistakes, and I stopped for 2 weeks. So over here, I want to say, please be kind to yourself and know that every time when you make a small little mistake, we are learning essentially, right? And when we get better, we can take better actions, and when we take better actions, we can get better results. But in order for us to get better, we need to practice. We need to do the rights and the wrongs. So what I want to say in this episode is this simple. When we want to write a book, I think it's too difficult a goal. Maybe just write a particular page or particular chapter. And if that particular chapter is too difficult, write a particular page. If writing a particular page is difficult, write a paragraph. Or if writing a paragraph is too difficult, write one word. So over here, you guys have already taken the first step, which is gathering information about the market, listening to YouTubers. I'm sure I'm not the only one that you guys listen to for advice. But unlike other channels, I want to make sure that we all as a family take small little incremental steps. When I was in a startup space, I remembered when I first started creating apps, when I was talking to VCs and investing in my company, boy, oh boy, I was just so scared, I was so scared in learning how to code. I was so scared in pitching my particular product. I was so scared in talking to VCs. The whole experience was very scary. But having said that, every time when I fought my fear, it opened a new world for me. It opened a new world for me where I know today when I have a particular idea, I can bring it to life and I can get funded for that particular project. So I want to congratulate all of you guys for taking the first few steps in learning how to invest. Right now, let's take, subsequent steps closer and closer towards your success. And what I want to say here is that we don't have that start perfect mindset. Oh my gosh, I had that start perfect mindset, so much so I couldn't move forward for the past 2 or 3 weeks. And that's one of the reasons why you guys didn't see me. But I told myself, you know what? I'm in this journey with you guys. I'm starting this YouTube channel like you guys are starting investing. So let's do this together. As you guys can see, I started with 30 subscribers before the lockdowns, and today I have about 300, I guess. And let's see in 1 month's time, you say. But we all have to start somewhere. Okay, guys, I know I'm rambling right now, so I do apologize. I hope to see you guys in the next episode. And guys, just start. With that, take care, guys.